So these convection cells. I said in the beginning of the year when we started learning about convection and heat transfer and stuff that convection was going to be really important as we go forward, and it is. So we talked about those lithospheric plates. Here they are. Now those lithospheric plates are kind of floating on top of that liquid mantle. All right. So now what happens is, as the heat rises, you get those convection currents. These are almost like boats floating on top of that mantle. And because that current is flowing, it's actually making the plate move. So the plate separates here, and the plate separates going this way, goes this way, and goes this way, and new magma is coming up here. If you go back and look at that reference table, you'll see that same design. Same thing here. You got your convection cell, moving it and moving this one away. New magma is coming here. So what's actually happening is the plates are moving. All right, they're moving. They are separating in this location. And over here, they're coming together. They're coming together. And you'll notice that the oceanic plate is going underneath the continental plate. And that goes back to what we just learned about the densities. The oceanic plate is more dense than the continental plate. And we know that more dense will sink. More dense will sink, and the less dense will rise up. Here's a better picture of that. Perfect, showing you the convection cells, the two plates moving apart from each other, here and here. And then the magma's coming here, and then the plate is sinking over here and over here. What we call this area right here is a trench, and what we call this area here is the ridge. Okay, a close up to the trench, oceanic more dense, going underneath the continental crust, which is less dense. Another view of the same thing, oceanic crust going underneath the continental crust. And you'll notice that sooner or later this will go down, this will melt, and it causes volcanoes over here. We call this whole thing a subduction zone. It is subducting or going underneath the other plate. Now what we need to talk about is evidences of this situation. So hopefully at this point, most of you have heard of Pangea. All right, 200 million years ago, it is believed that the continents were all together in this supercontinent called Pangea. And from this 200 million years, the plates have moved apart. Okay, and now we're going to talk about evidences of this. We just talked about why we believe they're moving apart, the convection cells. Now we're going to look at evidence to see, help prove this theory. All right, so the theory of continental drift, the crust is divided into plates called tectonic plates. The liquid of the mantle rises through the cracks between the plates and cools. Shifting of plates cause earthquake plates to buckle, creating mountains and volcanoes. So the first evidence is Pangea. If you look at the modern day continents now, and we kind of pushed them back together to what we thought, they fit together like a puzzle. You can see here, okay, how the sides, okay, fit together. Okay, right there. Here, how they fit together. All right, that's one evidence. How they fit together like a puzzle. Now, fossil evidence. This diagram is showing you just some of the continents, not all of them. But look at these fossils. First, you got the Cygonathus, which is a land-walking animal in South America, Africa, India, Antarctica. How is an animal like this going to be able to get to all these different continents? They had to be together for it to walk to the different continents. The Glossopteris is a fern-like plant